I can see his antlers. He's about to walk out. I think he's gonna be right here. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Have a good week. Yeah, man. Oh man, you do not get tired of that, man. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Out there doing it with J Wilds, brought to you by a local hunting and fishing store. Man, look at this. Stag tracks. Not that long ago that stags walked through here. Now, do you remember that giant stag we saw on the last episode? The one that we never could quite catch up with. We're back in here and we're going to have another look for him. I'm solo. I've just been dropped off by Scott at Heli Rural. You know the blue machine. You've seen it in so many videos. So shout out to Heli Rural. And like I always say, guys, if you want to do a hunt like this, link in the description. Get in touch with Heli Rural right now. Look at the zone, man. Look at the surroundings. I'm up in this nice plateau here. You can see it's benched out. We've got a tarn right here for water source. This is going to be our base, man. This is going to be our base for the week. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be in here, and I'm super excited to bring you guys on this adventure. Just going to try to find a good spot for the tent. Look at this nice flat area right here. Right next to the tarn. This would be a pretty good spot. As far as flat spots go, this is about as flat as they get. I never get flat spots like this. And the big thing I'm nervous about is all the snow is going to mount over the next couple of days. So all that snow melt is going to come down, and let's just hope it doesn't pool in this flat spot. But before we set up the tent, we're going to scrape the top layer of snow off, and we're just going to see what we're working with right here on this flat spot, because if I can camp here, it's going to be very luxurious compared to my normal camping spots. Okay, that right there is going to be our pad, guys. We're going to do it. So the tent we're going to set up today, guys, is the same one I was using last time I was up here. It's my MSR Access 2. Out of all my tents, it's the one that can handle the most wind, the most snow, the most basically bad weather. I could be exposed to some pretty hefty winds up here and some pretty hefty elements, so you can actually see my tent is still wet, which is not good gear management on my behalf. Literally coming out of here only 4 days ago, I didn't even have time to dry the tent because we've had a storm over those days that I wasn't in the mountains. So the old tent's a little bit wet from last time. Right, I've just carried all my gear over. The snow made it quite easy to get the gear over that big box, especially just sledded it across the top of the snow through here. So that tent's already dry. Didn't take too long. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get in the tent and I'm going to push my hands all over the floor, press down. Some of these shingle rocks, if they're poking up, they'll put a hole in the tent, and I've actually had that before in the past where a rock has poked through the bottom of the tent into my mattress. So I got out my spare mattress, put a hole in that too. So it always pays to just check, get in there and just like spread your hands all over the floor, press down, and just you can feel if there's any pointy rocks coming up. And if there is, you'll have to get under there and pull it out. Better to do that now than pop all your sleeping mats. Alright, camp is set up. Have a look at this. I ended up putting up my big MSR shelter as well. Tucked in that corner, so I've got a good little cooking area. Yeah, pretty stoked, man. I'm pretty happy with how camp is. So I'm just getting my bits and pieces together, guys. It is early afternoon. We're going to take a whole pile of gear and we're going to head over this side here, and we're going to look down all the valleys and see if we can see any animals. Probably just do like a little circuit this evening, just try and get a feel for the different vantage points around here. Yeah, it's good. I'm excited. I'm excited to get out there and have a look around. It's my old trusty Stag Slayer. So it's a Bergara Mountain 2.0 and 300 Winchester Magnum is the caliber I'm running. Loophole VX5 on the top. That's the 3 to 15 by 44. Bergara, you guys have seen me run Bergara for probably 4 years now. I love their rifles. They make really good rifles. They're just cutting edge. They're just always pushing the boundaries. They're always bringing out new models of rifles. My new rifle coming, both my new rifles coming actually are carbon fiber barreled rifles. I'll keep it quiet which models because I'm excited to show you when they finally arrive. They've basically got a model of rifle for any different hunting scenario, which is pretty cool. And Bergara just always want to evolve. They always want to be bringing new products, new gear, new improved products out. In New Zealand, Bergara is definitely one of the more popular brands. There's a model of Bergara out there for you, so you can find out more about all the new modern models. Head down to your local hunting and fishing store. There's probably a high chance they've got a bunch of them on the shelves. Bergara make some incredible rifles. If you're in the market for a new rifle, definitely go and check out Bergara. And man, What a view. Look at this. That's crazy. There's got to be some animals down there, guys. That's an awesome view. I can see a lot of country from here. Good country too. Oh, there's something. Looks like a spiker. Looks like we've got a spiker sitting down there on that scrubby ridge. First deer for the trip. Oh, big stag. Big stag bedded on that ridge over there. That's a nice stag. That's a real good stag. Look at the length on him, man. Oh, there's more. There's a spiker, 2 spikers. Younger stag there too, look at that. Quite a nice young stag. Oh, how good is that, man? That top stag is a good one. That's a nice old stag. Not the giant we're looking for, but man, that's a proper one. I'd be real keen to hunt that stag. Right, we'll quickly get the spotting scope on him before the next bout of cloud comes through. Man, that's a good stag. Look at the length in those antlers. Old stag, real old stag. Man, that's a good looking animal. It's not the giant we came in here for. The particular deer I'm calling the giant anyway, it's not that one, but that stag there is a proper one. Those antlers have got to be 40 plus inches. It's a big animal. Clouds pushing in now. Can't see that ridge anymore. How's that? It just opened up for literally like 7 minutes. I think it was 7 minutes on the camera. And then we're clouded in again. If we wanted to make a stalk on that stag right now, we would not have been able to anyway. Good morning, guys. I've just been up here on the ridge, the glassing ridge, sipping away on my coffee this morning. The sun has not long come up. Frickin' awesome morning. Clear as blue skies, but I haven't been seeing any animals until just now. Got 3 young stags or spikers. I'm about to go get the spotting scope, but they look like spikers. Oh, there's another stag. What's that one? I think this is actually that young stag we saw last night as well. Remember that real nice young stag we had sitting with the spikers? Yeah, I think that's him. You can see a lot from here, it's actually really good. Man, look at that. Some real nice country up in there. Lots of sunny benches. Looks like the sort of spot you'd find a big chamois in. Right, I think we'll creep up to these next rocks. We'll have a look from there. You can see up that hill pretty good. I'm better off just checking that quickly, of course. Definitely want to make sure there's nothing up there. They'll see me crawling to this rock if there is. I can't see anything anyway. I think it's safe to get to that rock. Last time I saw the giant, he was not too far from here. That was 5 days ago now, I think, or 6 days. So, there's a chance we might run into him up here somewhere. We've got a couple of deer. Hind and a fawn by the looks. Right down there in all that big rocky country. Just starting to catch a little bit of sunlight down in there. Man, not much else going on in here that I've seen. 2 animals. I've been here for probably an hour. Amazing looking country, but there doesn't seem to be much home at all. They're either hard to find or just not much in there, I don't know. Probably a bit of both. Good to sit in the sun for a bit though, it's pretty warm. It's 12:20 now, so I've been here a little while. These 2 deer are still feeding too, by the way. So if they're feeding, there's a high chance other things will be feeding as well. We're going to head down to that point right there. From there we should be able to look over into that next catchment. Just got to be careful I don't bump into something on the way down without knowing it's there. Man, it's pretty nice down in there. Got a big stag here, guys. Good stag. And 2 hinds. Kind of looks like that old boy, but man, if it is, he's come a long way. Half the distance to where where he was before. We'll get the spotter on, have a look. It could be a different stag. Looks like a good one nonetheless. Okay, it's a big old stag. He's coming a long way over. He's 480 metres away at the moment. Looks like he's just following those two hinds. That sun is just dropping behind the skyline now. I'm really seriously contemplating trying to halve the distance between me and that stag. He's bedded down right up on the ridge there at the moment, 484 away from me. I'm really contemplating cutting the distance in half. I was looking at my options and there's a spur about 180 away from us right now. Super steep, but if I can get down to that, it'll put that stag well within shooting range. I've picked up 2 spikers just at the bottom of it. They're in between us and the stag right now. So that rules out that option. If I go down there, they'll see me, they'll bark, they'll blow everything out of here. Our only option of approach is that spur too. So the way these deer are moving this direction, I wouldn't be surprised if they want to get down into all this feed country below me. And if that's the case, that's shooting range from where I am now. I mean, if it doesn't happen tonight, they might do it overnight and in the morning. Tomorrow, we might be able to pick them up again, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're down here below us. I'm not going to push it. We're just going to sit here and see what else we can see. And if he gets up and starts moving this direction, we'll make a move on him. But where he is right now, it's definitely not a high percentage stalk, that's for sure. So I don't want to ruin our chance, so we're not going to push it. We've got a nice commanding view right here. We can see a lot of country, so you never know. The giant might walk out below us yet. Spiker down here. Not too much has been going on. I've just been making my way down this ridge, glassing off each side. Haven't seen anything until right then. The deer's just down below us, 100, 150 metres. Spiker. The sun is well and truly gone down now, guys. No other big stags. We left the big old boy bedded quite a long way from here. So it's been a good evening though. Beautiful evening. Amazing evening, look at that. With that, I'm going to make my way back to camp and have some dinner, get some good sleep, and tomorrow morning, I'm feeling real positive about tomorrow. Catch you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's a bit cold this morning. Had a pretty good sleep last night. Oh, it definitely warms up when that sun peeks over. Classic J.O. Wild's coffee spot, eh? Look at this. I really like getting into a spot where you could have a coffee, have breakfast, and still be really productive glassing. Like camp's right there, man. There's the big old stag. First deer for the morning. Oh, and a hind. 225. Okay, I think this is an opportunity that we're going to capitalise on. He's just dropped into that gut behind that hind. That female there, she's dropped into the gut behind her. Something's just come out right in front of her. Oh, that's the other hind. I'm expecting him to come out onto that ridge that the hinds are on. I can see his antlers. He's about to walk out. If he comes out by those hinds, he's going to be 200. Okay, here he comes. Whew. Oh, shit. He's down, he's down. Okay. Whew. But he gave me a good opportunity for a second shot, so I took it while I could see him. He's in the tussock down on that point there. Oh man, I'm at the camp vantage point. How crazy is that? We'll start making our way down. It's going to be a mission to get down there, but we'll be able to do it. I'll just take it slowly, probably put crampons on. Yeah. You're going on the GoPro on the head. I don't want you to miss out on this because this is going to be pretty exciting. Oh man, I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but that's like, if I fall there, I'm gone all the way to the bottom. Look away now if you're afraid of heights, man. Vertical, vertical. I don't know if this camera's doing it justice though. It's going to be mission getting back up here with the stag. Holy sheesh. Now's when I wish I had some of you guys to help me. I don't want to start sliding here, because if I start sliding I probably won't stop, but we'll go and have a test out of it. Okay. Oh yeah, it's actually not as bad as I thought. See how it's soft scree? That's good. That means we can cut a track in here. If it was all hard ice, I would not be doing this. How steep does that look to you guys? Because that is super steep. It's a bit of a trail here from animals, so we'll head for that. Just don't want any big rocks coming down on top of us. Wouldn't be good. Just down here. Okay, here we go, guys. I think he's going to be right here. Down to the next spot. Man, where is he? I expected to see him by now. Oh no, this isn't a good feeling. I expected to see him by now. Where is he? Oh no, where the heck is he? Oh, there he is, there he is. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is, guys. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. The last spot that he could be. I was starting to freak out there for a second. Every spot that I thought he'd be, he was not. He come all the way down this. It's quite steep right here, look at that. Right, I'm going to quickly go get all my gear, bring them down here, and then we'll take a good look at the stag, eh? I've just managed to wriggle him around enough. This is about as good as we're going to get. She's steep below me, so I didn't want to move him around too much. I'm stoked. I'm so stoked. Old stag. Look how low those coronets are. The view in front of me is beautiful. I would have loved to have that as a backdrop for talking to you guys, but hey, I can't really move this thing around too much. Feeling real blessed, man. The freezers are getting full of meat, and the best thing about it is you guys enjoying these hunts with me. You're coming along for the journey, man. If it's your first time watching my videos, you need to go back. There's plenty more where this came from. If my videos are inspiring you to get out there and start hunting for yourself, fill in your own freezers, then that is exactly why I'm doing it. And as always, guys, hunt with respect. If you're personally going for antler size, don't shoot all the young stags. Hold out for these big old boys. They don't get old when they're getting shot young. So use this old stag here as a bit of inspiration. You yourself could get one of these if you hold out for one. This hunt's not over either, guys. The chamois are about to start rutting, so we're going to start looking for a chamois. If you want to do a hunt like this, give me old mate Scott a call. He'll happily drop you into some good country where you can hopefully find a big old stag for yourself. Thank you guys for watching another episode Out There Doing It with J Wilds, brought to you by your local hunting and fishing store. And we'll see you guys on the next adventure. Alright, I'm back here in the office. I've got a few things to tell you about. That hunt there, total time in the mountains was 12 days. You've just watched part 1 of that hunt. We've got a whole nother part coming, which is actually going to be the next episode. Such a crazy experience, that one. I ended up fly camping after this, so I'm not going to tell too much right now, but I'll give you a little sneak peek on what the next episode's bringing. So I actually left my base camp, I took some gear, I took another tent, and I went and stayed away for like 7 days on the trail, basically just fly camping my way along, hunting for the next species. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that film came together, man. Like, that big old stag, like, what a tank, eh? It was a huge thing. But I saw that stag on quite a few occasions, as you saw. And literally where I shot him from, camp was like 40, 50 meters behind me. I was right next to camp. I was on my little glassing knob that I go and drink my coffee, have my breakfast on every morning. So I basically shot that stag from camp, which is crazy. And you'll probably remember I said that the next morning, hopefully they'll be feeding, I'll see them down below me in that good feed country. I could tell that that's where the deer wanted to go. I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to take any risks and potentially blow that stag out of there, because it was the sort of stag that if I ruin it, I'll probably never see him again. You know, he's got age, he's got experience and wisdom on his side. So those are the animals you don't want to take risks on, in my opinion. So I was playing it pretty cautiously. I knew that I was going to be in the mountains for a long time, so time wasn't really a worry for me. Basically, I could have stayed up there for another 2 weeks if I wanted to. I had enough food. I was just in there on a mission, man. I was in there on a mission for a big old stag. So you can actually see those antlers there currently hanging up in Scott's heli base, the rural heli base. They're hanging up on the wall. So when you go there to do a flight with Scott one day, hopefully you'll be able to look up on the wall and see those antlers hanging up there nice and proud. So I just want to quickly tell you guys about a couple of things that's happening at the moment. A few updates in the films. But yeah, first of all, over on my Instagram, you may know that I'm doing daily vlogs. I'm doing like a behind the scenes vlog about what I do in a day when I'm home, you know, all the stuff that happens. It's actually really funny. Like, there's a bit of humor involved, like they're not taken too seriously, real tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. And it's been super fun. So I've done one for every day now, and it's been crazy. Like, the feedback, you guys are liking it, which is cool. So if you haven't seen them, you need to go on my Instagram, j.e.wilds, over on Instagram, and you can find them. They're in the Reels section, and there's a whole heap of them. There's going to be one there for every day. So if you want to see what happens behind the scenes, man, you can go and have a look at those. They're pretty freaking fun, actually. Yeah, so I'm home now. This is now the 4th week that I've been home after the big stint of hunting. So to be honest, man, I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty stoked to just get back into like my family routine, see my daughter, spend some proper time with my daughter and my wife, see the rest of the family. I'm getting back into the gym every day, which is really cool. I really enjoy going to the gym, and it's sort of like the last thing I do for the day. I'll do a big day on the computer, and then the last thing I do, I go down to the gym and just basically go crazy. And it's like, I think it's more so for my mind. It's good for the body, of course, but I really appreciate what it does to my mind. Like, it keeps me really happy. It keeps my mental well-being like really high. So the gym is like my favorite time of the day, man. It's the perfect time to unwind. So that's kind of what I've been up to, man, behind the scenes. Editing has been going well. So the next episode is pretty close to being finished, so it's not going to be far away. And yeah, there's some good films coming up. I'm also working on that big mini-series still, you know, the one I talked about in the last episode. I'm trying to spend a little bit more time on that one, because that's like a really good storyline. I just want to make sure that I'm happy with how I'm laying it all out and how that's sort of coming together in a film, because that one there is like, it's super special to me, and I want it to come across perfect. I want to be super happy with how that one's come across in the actual finished product and the films that you guys are going to watch, because it's a crazy story, man. And I mentioned it a little bit in the past, in the last episode. I won't talk about it too much here, but it's a story that is well worth telling properly. So I want to spend some good time on that mini-series. It's my favorite type of hunting too. It's like that real jungle country. So yeah, man, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped to bring that one to you guys. But that's going to be a little while away. We've got a few more really good films before that. So that's the news on the channel. Just make sure that you comment, guys. If you're watching my videos, if you're watching this right now, just make sure you drop a comment, man. I do read the comments. I try to get back to as many as I can, and for the first hour or so, like, I'm responding to all the early comments. I set aside 1 to 2 hours as the episode's gone live to respond to you guys. So I do like to spend a bit of time floating around the comments, man, responding to you guys. So make sure you drop a comment and let me know what you think, because it's really interesting to see your point of view, what you liked, what you didn't like, all that sort of stuff. So make sure you do leave comments. So I'm going to tell you what's coming up for me, what trips I've got planned over the next month and a half, 2 months. But first, we've just got to say a huge thanks to Hunting and Fishing for being such a big part of this whole production. They keep the wheels rolling, man. They make it possible for me to do this, so massive thanks to Hunting and Fishing, guys. If you're not familiar with Hunting and Fishing, they are basically a one-stop shop for all hunting, fishing, and basically outdoor gear. You can go in there, you can find everything. All of the stuff I use in my videos, all the gear, the equipment, can be found at Hunting and Fishing. So if there's something you see me using that you like and you want to learn more about, literally just go down into your local Hunting and Fishing and ask about it. So guys, support your local Hunting and Fishing. They are making it possible for me to create this sort of stuff. So show them some support, man. Show them some support, seriously. I'm heading to Australia in early August. I'm going over there for the After Fishing Show, which is a big, basically, fishing trade show over there. So Molossi Lures are actually flying me over, and they're having me join them on the Molossi booth at the trade show. So if you're going to be at the After Show in Australia in August, come and say hi, man. I'll be on the Molossi booth. Come and say g'day. 100% you need to come and say hi, right? Pretty big numbers that come through that show too, apparently. I've never been. This will be the first time I've gone over, so I'm pretty excited just to be part of that. I've done a lot of trade shows in the past, but this is the first time I've done this fishing trade show over in Australia. So we're going to do this trade show, and then for 5 days after that, heading on a big mission with Johnny Molossi and Briggsy, and we're going to go and chase some GT off some pretty cool island zones. So that's the plan. We're going on a big fishing trip for the Fishing Channel. That's a big one that I'm pretty excited about. In the meantime, next week I'm looking to potentially go overseas to somewhere tropical. I'm looking at booking flights at the moment for that one, but the Fishing Channel is going to get flared up in the next month or so, coming month. So pretty excited. I've gone from playing around in the mountains for the last 4 months to hopefully getting into some tropical GT action on the topwater lures, which would be pretty exciting. Yeah, it's like going from cold snow and ice to boiling tropical weather is going to be a massive change, man. But I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest. So guys, I'm going to end it on this. If there's anything you want me to talk about in these little sort of outros, just drop a comment, man. Just drop a comment below. Hey Joe, in an upcoming outro, can you please explain this? Can you talk about this? Give me some ideas, because this is a moment where I can answer your questions. I can tell you things that you might not get from the videos. Just let me know. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for watching and joining in on my adventures. And guys, we'll see you on the next one. Oh, and make sure you jump over onto Instagram and see the daily reels. They're really hard case. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.